años 95 de los pollitos viven encima de otros. Y por ahí tienen...
¿Ahí hay una malla o ellos pasan para allá donde están los otros animalitos?
Ellos pasan.
Oh, good morning.
Is that Mary Beth?
No, that's Kaylee.
Haley.
And Maybell.
Oh, Maybell. There she is, the brown one. Maybell.
Are these the ones we saw in October this year?
Yeah, exactly. But she's been here for a number of years, and because she was never able to raise any of her own babies, that's part of the reason why we put Colin and Woody in here when they were real young. Because then, yeah, and she's been like really maternal and very sweet. Haley's bossy and keeps them in line. And like every now and then you see her just like literally like hip checking one of them and they fly away. But Maybell's a real sweet. She's one of the most gentle, sweet cows here. Birds back with them, and then started breeding all that wildness out of them. So they bred out the ability to fly. They bred out the like territorialness. Like wild birds would not be all just hanging out like this. They would all be like, they don't have their space. So they bred all that out of them, and they also bred in the ability to have so many eggs. So a bird in the wild will lay 12 to 24 eggs a year. You know, just enough to like sit on, reproduce, have a family. If they don't hatch, they lay some more. These girls can lay up to 300 eggs a year, which means they're constantly giving birth. And that's literally what it is. It's pushing something like this, like this big out of your body. And that causes calcium depletion. It also causes reproductive issues. What we're dealing with when we rescue them, they get reproductive cancers. They're dying by the age 2 or 3 when a healthy chicken can live to be 10 or 12. So we basically bred them to be reproductively compromised. And we're constantly dealing with trying to keep them healthy. Like we're doing the equivalent of chicken IUDs. We're doing hormonal implants to try to stop them from laying, because it wreaks havoc on their bodies. It just completely depletes them, and they get impacted. And then if you do autopsies, you open them up and they're just full of eggs. There's nothing natural about it. There's no animal that would be constantly laying eggs like that, right? That doesn't make any sense. Us at least, if someone's like, oh yeah, I want to reduce my what I'm consuming, what we tell them is like, okay, well you can stop eating dairy and eggs, and they're always like, wait, what?
Why those? Yeah.
Because it's one, I think if you stop eating dairy and eggs, you're going to stop eating everything else, and also there's not the substitutes. I think if you start phasing out meat, you're going to start substituting with other meat. Like we all know those vegetarians that ate fish for a million years. But I also think if you learn about what happens with dairy and you actually learn about what happens with those babies, I think it's really hard to stick. You know, if it was like, you know, it would be a totally different situation if everyone wasn't getting subsidized. Yeah. What's so funny about pigs though is nobody was eating bacon in the 50s. It wasn't a thing. And then some man on some like Wall Street ad guy was like, oh, we need to we're gonna work with the pig lobby and let's invent this thing and convince everyone they love bacon. So all the I Love Bacon stuff happened in the 50s was because this giant ad firm actually convinced people that that's something they wanted.
Isn't that similar to how dairy also
Yeah,
started?
yeah.
Exactly.
Dairy wasn't a thing. It was basically during World War II.
Yeah, to get rid of the surplus.
Yeah, and then they had too much. That's where the phrase government cheese comes from, is that literally they have all this cheese, because cheese can store longer than milk. They have all this cheese that they bought the farmers on in order to keep the economy going, and then they literally have to get rid of cheese. So who do they give the government cheese to? To poor people. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, oh, we have all this cheese, no one else is going to want to buy it. We have to get rid of it. We've already paid for it because we need to subsidize an industry that actually nobody wants to support, and it's not sustainable because it's so expensive and there's so and the overhead's so big. So let's like pawn off all this terrible cheese on people that are on on government support. Yeah. See how bristly she is?
That's very great.
Isn't that amazing how big they are?
She was also
They're all farm industry, yeah. Wow. Most of the animals here either were rescued because, someone took pity on them, or they literally jumped off the back of transport trucks and ran for their lives.
Is that how it is with most sanctuaries?
Yeah.
Like flighters?
Yeah, exactly. Or somebody, rescued them at auction and This is Fern. She's really sweet. Sam is really sweet.
I'm in love.